I'm Dustin Harder, and this is Keep On Cooking. Hello and welcome to Keep On Cooking, the only podcast dedicated to plant-based cookbooks. I'm your host, Dustin Harder, and we're here, we're queer, and we've eaten all of your snacks. Happy Pride to you and yours this glorious Pride Month, and he's here to celebrate with me every month of the year, not just June. My husband, David Rossetti, is here to kick us off today. How are you, dear?
I am fabulous, and I have eaten all your snacks.
Are you awesome, blossom, fabulous? What that girl say in Legally Blonde?
Awesome,
the search
blossom,
for the next
fabulous.
Elle Woods.
Oh, there we
Awesome,
go.
blossom, fabulous. That's what she said, right?
Oh my gosh, yes.
The search for the next Elle Woods. Well, listen, today we are covering the book Life-Changing Salads, 100 Plant-Based Salads and Dressings Beyond Your Wildest Greens by New York Times bestseller and founder of Healthy Girl Kitchen, Danielle Brown. But before we get into that interview with Danielle, what's coming up, Rosie?
Well, it's not coming up, but it did come up.
Come up
before, but it happened just in February. So we wanted to share about a book called Plant Academy, the cookbook, plant-based techniques and recipes for creative cooking by Lauren Levat, with illustrations by Sophie Dunster and photography by Sarah Keogh-Popoa. This book came out February 18th, 2025. So not too long ago. Lauren Levat, visionary founder of pioneering culinary school Plant Academy and author of Mind Food, shares her unique teaching expertise, demonstrating that whole food, plant-based cooking is not only rich in textures and flavor profiles, but also refined and appetizing on the plate.
I think you mean flavor.
I think flavor and
yes.
appetizing.
I wonder if she's Canadian. We have a flavor spelling here of F-L-A-V-O-U-R or UK. Yeah, well, listen, focusing on over 50 techniques, including how to make nut milks and cheeses, how to handle ferments, and how to create intriguing flavor and texture profiles. This contemporary handbook is a must-have for anyone who wants to elevate their plant-based cooking. Starting with the staple ingredients that should be in every vegan's pantry, the book moves on to explain all the elements of building a successful plant-based dish, from curating creative combinations to refining the way in which you plate up. So if that book sounds like a good time to you, and it sure does to me, go check it out. That is Plant Academy by Lauren Levat, L-O-V-A-T-T, Lauren Levat.
Love that. And as always, there's no reason not to know something.
That's right.
That's right, as we say. As mentioned, we have a stellar guest this week, Danielle Brown, to chat about her new book, Life-Changing Salads. So we asked Google, when were salads created?
Weren't you soy curious, David Rossetti?
I was soy curious.
So curious. Well, salads apparently have ancient roots, like ancient Rome level ancient. The word salad comes from the Latin sal, meaning salt, because Romans used to eat leafy greens with brine or salty, oily dressings. These early versions were basically fresh greens dressed simply with oil, vinegar, and salt. So we're talking around 1st century BCE.
But even earlier, people in the Middle East, Greece, and Mesopotamia were combining raw vegetables and herbs, though they probably didn't call it salad. The modern concept of salad as a dish of mixed raw ingredients, often cold, evolved over time and really took off in the 17th and 18th century. Europe, particularly in France.
So while the kale Caesar may be new, the idea of tossing greens with something tasty, thousands of years old. So there you have it. Now, let's get into this week's book, shall we?
Let's do it. Life-Changing Salads, 100 Plant-Based Salads and Dressings Beyond Your Wildest Greens by Danielle Brown. I do love a pun.
I love that, Beyond Your Wildest Greens. I think
so
it's great.
Cute. Say goodbye to boring salads with 100 unbelievable, delicious plant-based recipes from Danielle Brown, the best-selling author of Healthy Girl Kitchen. Life-Changing Salads is more than just a cookbook. It's your ultimate guide to creating satisfying plant-based salads that you'll crave. From crunchy chopped salads to cozy warm bowls, hearty salad wraps, quinoa powerhouses, and even no lettuce salads, which is perfect for meal prep. Every salad situation is covered.
With creative recipes like the spring roll salad and the Caesar pasta salad. Yes, you'll never feel stuck in a salad rut again. Discover how to create creamy, indulgent dressings using non-dairy yogurt or hummus. Whip up nutrient-packed superfood blends and master satisfying textures using nuts and seeds, all without compromising on flavor. Whether you're new to plant-based eating or simply looking to level up your salad game, Life-Changing Salads will inspire you to make these vibrant, nutrient-dense meals a staple in your kitchen. With over 100 recipes for irresistible salads and essential dressings, this is the only salad guide you'll ever need. Let's get chopping.
Chop broccoli. Danielle Brown is the founder and CEO of the wildly popular plant-based lifestyle brand Healthy Girl Kitchen. She shares easy-to-make vegan recipes to her audience of over 10 million devoted followers who want to learn how to eat healthier, fall in love with cooking, and the secrets to making the best plant-based meals.
Danielle's already a New York Times bestselling author from her first cookbook, Healthy Girl Kitchen, and her second cookbook, Life Changing Salads 100 Plant-Based Salads and Dressings Beyond Your Wildest Greens, is now available for all of her fans and anyone looking to up their salad game. And y'all wait until you hear us chat through some of these recipes. It is salad inspiration at its finest. And here she is to tell us all about it. It's Danielle Brown. Creating recipes with 100% whole food ingredients, making them 100% delicious. It's New York Times bestseller and CEO and founder of the wildly popular plant-based lifestyle brand Healthy Girl Kitchen. Please welcome Danielle Brown to Keep On Cooking. How you doing?
I'm great. Thank you so much for having me.
Yes, it's so great to see you. And we're going to dive into your icebreaker. What's a movie or book you wish you could experience again for the first time?
So I'm going to give two movies. One's like a health food movie and one's just like a regular movie. So one, this is weird, but I love the documentary Forks Over Knives. It's
Great.
like one of the best documentaries. And I actually watched it when I first went plant-based, and that really aided in my transition to being plant-based. And it's like a comfort movie for me. If I can't fall asleep, I put on Forks Over Knives and I doze right off. And then the other movie is The Notebook. Like, I'm a big romantic.
Yeah.
And I remember watching it and I was like, I want to love like that.
Yes. Have you and I feel like looking at this book, you have a love like that, right?
I do. My husband and I have been together since I was 16.
Okay.
So he's the only boyfriend I've ever.
I was gonna say, so you really do.
Yeah. He's like my Noah. So
I love it. Have you seen or listened to the musical version of The Notebook at all?
No.
Yeah,
Maybe
it
I need to.
just came out on Broadway, I think, a year and a half ago. We saw it. I'm in Chicago, and it was here before we lived here, but we were here visiting, and we saw the musical, and we actually really, really enjoyed it. You know, you never know. Movie to musical, sometimes it's iffy, but like this worked out, I felt.
Right. Wait, do you know that we've met before?
Where did we meet?
I've saved it for I know we talked a little before, but I'm like, I'm going to save this because this is funny. You used to work at Cocoa V, right?
Yes.
Yes. So I think I was probably about 18 or 19, I want to say. And
Wow.
I know. And I was in the city. My husband's from New York. So a lot of our summers and times were spent hanging out in New York City and exploring. And like, I had just gone vegan. So we would go and try to find like all the yummy vegan spots in the city. And we found out about Cocoa V, which I don't, do they still exist?
No.
Oh my God. Well, it was like a chocolate.
Yeah, it's like it was for listeners, Cocoa V in New York was by one of the owners of the Blossom chain, essentially, and
Right.
it was across the street from the original Blossom location, and which I believe just closed actually. But it was a luxury chocolate shop, very small. I worked there for one summer, and it was kind of like the owner was like, "Hey, if you are feeling this and you want to do it," she was like, "You can work," because I was working on my first book at the time. She's like, "You know, it like kind of like ebbs and flows the traffic." She's like, "You can work on your book, but also like sell chocolate." I was like, "Yes, I'm in." What do you remember what you got?
Of course, I've never forgotten it. It was the best chocolate cake I've ever had in my life. Like, I dream about this chocolate cake. I'm such a chocolate cake girl. Like, every year on my birthday, I just want like a chocolate cake with chocolate frosting.
That's so
And
good.
this was the most moist,
Yep.
delicious chocolate cake, and I'll never ever forget it. And you were working there, and you know, my husband at the time, he was like, Danielle, I think that's the vegan roadie. And we were like fangirling a little bit. Because I think you had maybe a YouTube channel. I don't even remember.
Yeah. At the time, I think there might have been, gosh, that was, when was that? Must have been like 2017, I think.
It was a
maybe.
long time ago. And I remember we were so excited that you were there, and we were the only ones in the shop eating our chocolate cake. But then like we started talking to you, and like we had a conversation. You were so nice. And
Oh my gosh, how
yeah, I think you
funny.
gave us some like extra chocolates to try, and
I love it.
had so much fun. But now when you emailed me, I'm like, okay, wait, that's so funny.
How funny.
We've
Yeah,
actually so it's full circle.
That full circle moment. And that chocolate cake is still the best chocolate cake I've ever had. You are so right. It is. We had people like, because Cocoa Bee was around for a while and then it closed and then it came back, and everyone who came in was like, the chocolate cake, is the chocolate cake here? And we were like, yes, we've got the chocolate cake. And that was a fun summer too, because there was one chocolatier working there and I kind of would come in for my shift and I would like watch her work. So I got to see all these like luxury chocolates being made. Do you remember, did you have the Butterfinger bar at all while you were there?
Oh my God. I don't know. It was so long ago. It's just the chocolate cake is
Yeah, I mean, it
never
makes
left my
sense.
mind.
The chocolate cake sticks. Well, in that case, it's lovely to see you again. What a treat. How funny. I
I
love
know.
it.
So it's full
Um,
circle.
full circle. And you're gonna rewatch The Notebook and have it for the first time experience. My first experience would be the book Tales of the City. It's like, now it's got like 9 series of it, but it's about queer community essentially in like the 70s moving into the 80s and onward and onward and onward. There's been Netflix series and everything on it now, but I would read the first book for the first time if I could have that experience for the first time. But now I want the chocolate cake from Cocoa Bee for the first time.
Same. I'll have it for the second time, the third time.
Yep. I'm like, forget the movie book question. I'm like, what is the food experience you would have again for the first time? I'm like, that chocolate cake's so good. My goodness. Well, Danielle, you share easy to make vegan recipes across social media to millions of devoted followers who want to learn how to eat healthier through your recipes. They fall in love with cooking. They learned the secrets from you to making the best plant-based meals. Now, before you created Healthy Girl Kitchen, when did you get into cooking and when did it go plant-based for you?
Oh, I always loved cooking. Well, I always loved eating. So if I had to cook in order to eat, that's what I was going to do. I was always a member of the Clean Plate Club. Like my mom never had to ask me to finish my food. I was always like taking thirds of dinner. My brother was the opposite. He was like picky eater. My mom had to beg him to finish what was on his plate. And I'm like, did you make more mashed potatoes? Like I'm like shoving my mouth.
Mm-hmm.
And so I just always loved food. And I always had an interest in eating healthy. And I loved watching the Food Network growing up. I always say some kids watch Cartoon Network. I was glued to Food Network. And I would just wake up at 6 a.m., run downstairs, and I would watch like 30-minute meals with Rachel Ray and like Giada De Laurentiis and Ina Garten. And even when I think it was Sandra Lee making all her drinky drinks with all her cocktails and
her little
whatnot.
tricks.
Her little tricks and cocktails. And I just was so fascinated by it. And I watched so many hours of Food Network. That's actually how I learned how to cook. And now I didn't go to culinary school. I simply watched a lot of hours of Food Network. And yeah, that's really like where it started. But my family was always very food centered. We're Jewish, so like food was always at the center of everything. And we had family dinner every single night. 6 p.m. dinner was on the table. And I just feel like my family always created like a community around food. It was always very important to end the day talking, hanging out, sharing stories from our day, without screens or distractions. Like my mom made us turn off the TV and like everyone had family dinner. So I always had so many positive memories associated with food. And we joke that every memory I have ends in my food memory. Like growing up, if I think about the times where we played in the snow, I just wanted the hot chocolate at the end of the snow. I'm like, I don't want to play in the snow. I just know that my mom will give me hot chocolate when I come inside.
Yes. Oh, that's great. You're like, I know there's food at the end of that rainbow. The
Totally.
snowy, cold rainbow. There is going to be a hot chocolate there.
Yeah.
Oh, that's so good. What's so funny, we did for the last 2 Christmases at my husband's family and then my family this year, we made like a hot chocolate bar. And it was such a hit. Actually, the first year, I just made everyone these ridiculous over the top ones. We were like, does anyone want a hot chocolate? And they were like, no, I think I'm good. And then we made one and it was this like, it had everything. And everyone was like, oh, maybe I do want one. And then the next year we were like, let's just make a bar so everyone can like go at it. And
That's
each
a
year it was a
genius
hit.
idea.
Thank you. I was very proud of it. And now we bought even one of those because this year was a big gathering. We bought like one of those like hot things for coffee essentially to put the hot chocolate in so people could just
So smart.
Well, when did it go? So cooking all your life, loving the Food Network. When did it all go plant-based for you then? What was that mission like for you or that story?
So I was 18. I was a freshman in college and I went to Michigan State University, and they're very much known for their dining hall food. It was very much like mall food court style, but it was all you can eat. And they had everything from pasta bar, all you can eat pizza bar, make your own omelet station. They had this one station where you could pick your own cookie and pick an ice cream flavor and then make your own cookie sandwich. Soft serve machines. I know. And so that was really fun for a foodie like me.
Yeah.
I would make disgusting combinations
sure.
of, yeah. I mean, I was at the pasta bar being like, can you put crab in the Alfredo sauce?
Yeah.
Yeah, like college student eating everything. And while this was so fun for a couple months, I just started feeling really sick after meals.
Sure.
I wasn't feeling my best. I was gaining some weight. My skin was breaking out a lot. I had really bad chronic heartburn and GERD and digestive issues. I always felt like I had a stomach ache after meals, specifically when I asked for crab in the Alfredo. So I needed to make a change, but I didn't really know where to start. So I just started with what was obvious, and I started cutting down on the sugar. So I stopped having those like ice cream cookie sandwiches and soft serve a bunch of times a day, and really started there. And I started feeling a little bit better after cutting out the extra sugar. And then I watched Forks Over Knives somewhere along the way, and it really opened my eyes to how diet is so powerful. And for those of you who haven't seen it, they're basically in this documentary showing all of these people reversing their type 2 diabetes, heart disease, things like that with a plant-based diet. And I had been a vegetarian at one point in my life. So it wasn't a foreign idea to cut out meat, but it was foreign to cut out cheese and eggs. Because that's in everything. I'm like, but what about like a quesadilla or grilled cheese or like mac and cheese? And I didn't really care about meat, but it was a big deal for me to cut out the eggs and cheese, just because I didn't understand how someone could make a meal without animal products.
Right.
So I stopped eating the mystery meat that was in the dining halls. That was like the next very much obvious thing for me. But then as I was doing that, I was adding in more of the good stuff. So I made the salad bar my best friend, and I noticed they had chickpeas and they had lentils at my salad bar and black beans. So I just started doing that instead of the meat. And at the pasta bar, I started asking for whole wheat pasta. So they started buying whole wheat pasta for me. And I would ask them to steam my veggies in water instead of using, I don't know what kind of oil or like gross vegetable oil they were using.
Probably so much oil, I would imagine. Yeah.
So I was like, can you just steam my veggies, and can you use tomato sauce instead of the Alfredo? And can you use the whole wheat pasta? And just those, like I was still going to the pasta bar. I was just making different choices and smarter choices for my health. And it was just those little changes over time. And then I just started to feel better and better. And I came to a point where then I was completely plant-based, and I had replaced all my meat and cheese with chickpeas and sweet potatoes and nuts and seeds and fruits and veggies. And I just, once I had cut everything out though, animal product wise, I never went back. And I've now been vegan for, I would say like 11 or 12 years.
Okay.
And really after 4 months of being completely plant-based, I had lost 20 pounds. My heartburn completely went away when I had been dealing with heartburn for years. And I was young, like I was in college, and I had heartburn in high school. That's not normal. It's never normal, but for someone so young to have digestive issues like that, and no doctor ever suggested that I change my diet or look into the inflammation that, the dairy, because I was eating a lot of dairy products. My dermatologist, I had always struggled with acne, and my dermatologist never suggested to cut out dairy or to look into the ingredients that I was choosing to put into my body. And so I just knew from all the benefits that I experienced and how great I felt, I knew I had to help other people. But I'm a foodie. I'm like, I need to help other people do this, but like make amazing recipes and meal ideas so that people can get healthy without feeling deprived or restricted.
Yeah, like they're giving anything up or anything. And you've certainly achieved that goal. I mean, people really do turn to you for satiating, hearty meals that they can also feel good about after they eat, and they feel good eating, And when you started going in that direction, so it sounds like a natural progression for you. And I ask every author this, but do you remember either the first plant-based cookbook you gravitated towards the most, or food blog? Was there one or the other, something that you remember was like your little Bible when you started, essentially, of recipes that you always went to?
There weren't a ton, but I loved Minimalist Baker's
Sure.
blog. She's had and still has amazing vegan recipes. It's
Yeah.
not completely vegan anymore, but she has great vegan recipes. And her cookbook was like, I think the most popular vegan cookbook at the time. There were not a lot of options. The Oshi Glows blog was amazing.
Yeah.
And I really liked Fully Raw Christina's recipes too. Even though I wasn't raw, like I loved learning how to make a great smoothie or a salad, or she always made dressings using cashews and hemp seeds. And I found that so fascinating. So those were the OGs for me.
Yeah, I actually have that Minimalist Baker cookbook, and I've turned to it. I used to make food, because it's not just baking, everybody. It's all the things. I'm looking at it right now. It's called Minimalist Baker Everyday Cooking. That is one I turned to a lot. I remembered. I loved it. And I'm the same with the raw food. Sometimes I can dig raw food, but like I'm never like trying to gear myself fully towards that, but like I enjoy it, and I enjoy the smoothies, and I enjoy the creativity of it more than anything.
Oh, totally.
Well, your second cookbook, Life-Changing Salads, 100 Plant-Based Salads and Dressings Beyond Your Wildest Greens. That's what we're going to chat about today. That just came out on April 29th, everybody. So it's available now. It's the follow-up to your first book. There it is. Yes. Follow-up to your first book, the New York Times bestselling Healthy Girl Kitchen. Congratulations on this second book, baby. Here it is, absolutely stunning. So tell the listeners, why a life-changing salads cookbook?
It's so funny. I started a series on Instagram called Life Changing Salads because I love salads, but I was really getting sick of going to restaurants and not finding good vegan options for salads, because I feel
so
like you go and
frustrating.
you're like, can you veganize this? But then you're left with iceberg lettuce, because now the salads have really turned into lettuce with meat, cheese, and eggs on top.
Yes.
And I was really sick of it, because I love a good salad with
It's so wild to me.
I know, with all kinds of like goodies and fun, different ingredients, textures, flavors, amazing dressings. And I also felt like at home, I just had to get creative because restaurants didn't have what I needed. And also at home, I feel like people struggle. They make the same salad with like cucumber, tomato, and lettuce, or whatever combination you do at home. And then also there was the issue of dressings where people can't find healthy dressings in a store. They're filled with sugar and chemicals and preservatives, and they don't realize how easy it is to actually whip up your own dressing at home.
Truly.
And the healthy dressings in the store that they do have now are easily $9 a bottle.
Yeah. And then gone like that too. It's like you make a few salads, they're gone. That thing about restaurants though, when you say to them, you're like, what is the vegan option? Like, well, we have a salad. And then they're like, oh, wait, it has cheese. Oh, it's also got bacon on it. I'm like, okay, so at the end of this, you're telling me I'm getting some iceberg lettuce, maybe some tomatoes, and like some shredded carrots you got out of a bag. Thank you so much. And then the dressing option is like, we've got oil and vinegar. And I'm like, I'm not mad at oil and vinegar, but I'm also like, I'm at a restaurant. Like, you don't have something else that I can have. So you are doing the work for us all. You're giving us the good.
Yes. So I started that series just simply as something fun to do on Instagram, and it really started blowing up. Not the first episode did well, second did okay, and then by the third, it was like the third went viral. So I'm like, oh, I better continue with the series because people want life-changing salads. And it was really crazy. I mean, the videos were getting 20 million views, 10 million, 15 million views. And sometimes I would grow by 300,000 followers in a day.
Wow.
It was absolutely wild, but it really showed that, and no pun intended, people were hungry for approachable, realistic, healthy recipes that keep you full, that are easy to make at home, that aren't super expensive, and that actually like are exciting to people and not diet food.
Yeah, absolutely. And I am certainly excited about these salads. They are, stunning front to back in this book. Like so many, that's one of the cool things I love about this book and what you've done with this is like, it's also appealing to the eye, because often you look at a salad, sometimes you're like, okay, but like these are bursting with color, vibrant ingredients, different textures. Like you really just like give us like such a great variety in this book. So we're going to jump in from the... from the beginning here, you've got some key points like how long salads can be stored in the fridge. You go even further by detailing on recipes, whether it's leftover friendly or how long it's going to last in the fridge. You cover the ins and outs of a salad spinner to have or not to have. Spoiler alert, everybody. Danielle has you covered whether you have a salad spinner or not. You discuss storing greens properly, picking the freshest produce, using organic or not, and also a fun key code on how to use this book, including labels that cover ready in 30 minutes or less, hosting salads that are great for entertaining, which I love because I think one of the best things you can do for your guest is provide them with a bountiful salad that is like fun and delicious and full of all the goodies. And you might have some other indulgent things at the table, but at least you're giving this like nutrient dense option as well. You've got a key for leftover friendly salads, no cooking required, nut free, soy free, and then all of the recipes have a gluten-free option, listeners, which is so great and so inclusive. And then you get into equipment and frequently asked questions from Instagram followers. So what would you say is the number one question you get from Instagram followers about salad?
So I think this is a number one pain point, is that people don't like when their salad gets soggy in the fridge. They make a great salad and then they're like, but I put in the fridge, like very hopeful I'm not going to waste it. And then the next day they're like, I can't do this. It's soggy. It's gross. And then they end up throwing the salad away. And so that's why I created the category you were talking about, leftover friendly, where I label all the recipes in the book an LF if it's leftover friendly. So you're not going to waste food. You're going to know what is leftover friendly as it comes. So I have a pasta salad section, which most of those are leftover friendly because, as you know, pasta holds up really well in the fridge. And a lot of the grain salads, the quinoa salads, I have a whole section called no lettuce salads, which are purposely made so that they can be left in the fridge. And so we really address that common issue here. And we make sure that you don't waste any of your salads and nothing gets soggy.
Yes, so good. Well, we're going to jump in. The first recipe section here is go-to salads. Great things like Chinese no chicken salad, a buffalo chicken salad, California roll, and a bowl. Yes, please. Avocado tuna protein salad, veggie salad, and chopped salad and crispy tofu wrap. So go-to salads. When I see a chapter like that, I think the author must have had from the jump a couple salads in their repertoire where they're like, oh, I actually do go to this salad all the time. So what is a recipe or two that made it into this chapter that falls in line with that for you?
Yes. So at the beginning of the chapter, it says go-to salads, the salads you'll make on repeat, which is true. Like these are the salads where you just like are like, these are so good. And then I find myself making all the time. So it's probably the fattoush salad in there is like one of my number ones because it's easy. Everyone loves it. I always am asked how to make it. My guests are always super impressed by it, but it's like the easiest salad ever. It goes with so many different other foods that you can make that go with it.
What's in it?
It is, okay, so the croutons are my favorite part, but I show you how to make your own crunchy croutons using whole wheat pita bread, because a lot of people don't realize you can literally just cut up bread that you have or pita bread that you buy in the store, or even like pita that you have going stale and you just want to get rid of it. Like you can just bake it and make croutons, spray it with olive oil, add some spices, but they blend really well in the fattoush salad. And then it has like crunchy romaine, tomato, bell pepper, cucumber, radishes, so very like crunchy, fresh, amazing for spring and summer. Parsley, vegan feta, and then the Mediterranean mama dressing, which is like a traditional fattoush dressing, and it's like zesty and yummy and crunchy, fresh.
I love it. That's delicious. I love to. Do you have a favorite brand of vegan feta?
I like Violife.
I tend to go towards that too. And I'm just so grateful. Even if I can't find it, I do like the Follow Your Heart one as well. But I do tend to go towards Violife. And I just love that we've reached a place finally in the vegan world where I'm like, ooh, I can get that feta cheese because it really makes a salad pop.
And it's so good. I find the Follow Your Heart feta tastes a little more like blue cheese.
I agree with that, actually. Yeah, it has the aftertaste after it that blue cheese tends to
It's a niche thought, and not many people could talk about this, but
yeah,
if you really pay attention, it does have like that blue cheese aftertaste where the Violife is just cleaner and like saltier like feta, in my opinion.
Yep, I agree with that for sure. Do you have another one in this chapter? that you make on repeat often?
I make all of these all the time just
I
because like
figured.
they're my recipes. But California roll in a bowl
Sounds so good.
is
I love it.
top tier. I make this for dinner at least once a week. It's always on our menu because it's easy. It's basically a deconstructed sushi roll, but in a salad because it's like annoying to have to roll up sushi. So I just threw everything in a bowl. So you make sushi rice, you cut up cucumbers, edamame, avocado, anything that you like in your sushi. And then instead of a spicy crab salad, we did a spicy hearts of palm crab salad.
Perfect.
Really yummy. Sriracha, it's a little spicy. And then personally, my favorite thing at a sushi restaurant is the carrot ginger dressing that they always have in salads. So the dressing on the California roll bowl is a ginger dressing.
I love that. There was a restaurant in New York City, little baby me when I was 18. It's not there anymore. It was in the Lower East Side called Jaffa Cafe. And it had a carrot ginger dressing. And it was my first time ever having it. And to this day, I remember it because I was like, what is this? It's not Italian. It's not ranch. It was like my first taste of a dressing that wasn't from a bottle, really. You know what I mean? And I was just like so blown. So anytime I see it, I get very nostalgic about it. I love it.
And it's one of those dressings you don't realize you can make at home. At least I thought, I'm like, okay, this is like a specialty item you can only get in a Japanese fine dining restaurant with your sushi, but it's actually so easy to make. It's a couple ingredients thrown into a blender and it lasts for like a week in the fridge. And it's delish. And this salad actually, if anyone's in New York or New York City, the California roll in a bowl is being sold at Butterfield Market.
Work.
Yeah.
Awesome. I love that. Oh, that's so good. I'll have to try it if I get to New York sometime soon, which hopefully I do. I would love myself a little trip to New York. This takes us into fruit salads, really awesome things in here. We've got a party parfait, melon mama, chopped cinnamon apple salad, blackberry and peach salad, which I want right now, please. A skin glowing citrus avocado salad. What is in the pretty in pink salad?
Ooh, pretty in pink. Hold on, I'm going back to that one because I don't want to miss anything. So pretty in pink is one of my favorite fruit salads. It's very feminine. It's very pinky, girly. I'm very girly, so this salad reminds me of myself.
I love it.
But yeah, if you like cherries, watermelon, this is like all the pink and red fruits. So it's cherries, watermelon, raspberries, strawberries, pomegranate seeds, grapefruit, mint, and lime. And it's delicious. Great for a little picnic if you want to go on a little spring summer picnic. If you want to have, I don't know, I feel like everyone's doing like a little book club situation these days, or a brunch on a Sunday and you're having people over, even if you just, whatever, like you and your partner on a Sunday. Because I think a fruit salad is like a weekend type of thing, unless you prep it and then have it for the week. But like, I think realistically, no one's like cutting up 10 different fruits on a work morning. So I think like for me, if I'm doing that, I'm making it on the weekend. And enjoying it with my family, but it's a great way to get in so many antioxidants and have different fruits in different combinations. And the rainbow collagen booster is really good because that keeps pretty well in the fridge. And it has a ton of vitamin C, so it's great for boosting your collagen and therefore is really good for your skin and that youthful glow.
And again, a rainbow. It's so beautiful and colorful too. Looks so yummy.
I know fruit salads are so underrated. And to anyone making a fruit salad, like even if you don't get this book, adding mint and lime to a fruit salad takes it to the next level.
Really, truly 100% mint and lime with any fruit. I just did one for a new project I'm working on. It's a strawberry and watermelon feta salad with mint and lime, and it's so good.
That sounds amazing.
I'm looking at this sunshine bowl right now that has lime juice in it, everybody, but it's got champagne mangoes, diced cucumber, kiwis, agave, and tahini seasoning. So I'm already just like so into that. It sounds so good. And then you have a lot of health supportive titles in here, which I really appreciate because it's kind of nice when you're looking through something to be like, ooh, that's, good for that and good for this. There's the digestion detox fruit salad. What's in that one?
Ooh, digestion detox. Let's see. Let me go back. What page are you on?
That is on page 52.
Oh, I got it. So for me personally, my body does really well when I have fruit first thing in the morning when I haven't eaten anything else. Because for me, when I, let's say, have a cooked meal, or I know this is like a pain point for a lot of people, they have a cooked meal or some kind of protein and then they eat fruit after, they find themselves very bloated and gassy. So that's why I recommend doing this digestion detox fruit salad first thing in the morning when you don't have any other food in your system to prevent it from going through you and
Sure.
detoxing your colon, if that makes sense.
Yes, doing its business.
Doing its business, but it has papaya or you could do cantaloupe. I know papaya is like a controversial fruit. You either love it or you hate it.
Sure.
But I have to say with papaya, I don't know if you feel the same way. If you add lime, it makes it so much better.
I haven't played with enough. I've only played with it a little, but I'm going to try the lime next time because every time I play with it, I'm like, I'm not sure about my feelings on this just
Exactly.
yet.
I had the same thought. I'm like, this kind of tastes like throw up.
Yeah, I'm not, but then I'm like, this
smells
can't
like
be.
cat food a little bit. But then if you get a super ripe one and super sweet, but then do lime, it really complements the flavor and like takes the iffiness out of whatever you're feeling about it.
That's a
So
good tip.
anyway, papaya, pineapple, which is great for digestion. Pineapple has certain enzymes that help to break down your food. Kiwi, yellow dragon fruit, which is dragon fruit, all the seeds in the dragon fruit, so much fiber and really aids in digestion if you have like a constipation issue. And yeah.
That's great.
Lime and coconut flakes.
Come on with the coconut flakes.
Yeah. I had someone tell me, they were like, I've been doing the digestion detox now. Like they have been doing it in the morning, I think for like the past week or so. And they're like, my digestion is so better. I know they were like, I was so constipated before and I've been like regular every day that I've been having it first thing in the morning. So
that's perfect. That's a perfect compliment. You're like, great. The title does it. The title says
what it's for.
This takes us into grain salads, hearty grains of goodness in every bite, Moroccan-inspired couscous salad, Tuscan butter bean salad, are you figgin' kidding me salad, healthy goddess orzo, golden goddess salad, wild rice salad, superfood brain booster salad, adzuki bean salad, and gut-loving farro salad. What, for someone who just gets this book, they're going to order it right after they hear us talking about it. What's the one salad you'd tell them they need to make right out of the grain salad section right away?
Ooh. Okay, I feel like it depends what kind of person you are, but I would say the Moroccan couscous salad. I make it almost for all the Shabbat dinners that I do, and it's always a crowd pleaser just because it's very unique. It just has flavors you wouldn't necessarily think to put together, but it has couscous and feta, so you have like that creamy saltiness. There's olives, raisins, so you get a little sweetness, like a crunchy apple. So there's just like a lot going on, but it works really well together. And there's like a Moroccan spiced dressing with like olive oil, lemon, and all like yummy, warming Moroccan spices. And it takes, I'd say, 10 minutes to throw together.
I love that. I love all those different flavor profiles in it because that's one of the cool things about salads that I find. You mix all that stuff up and suddenly you just have like a fork full of like so many good things. It's so good. This takes us into pasta salads, which we're getting into the world of summer here. So we've got a spring roll salad in here, a Caesar pasta salad, the Italian soba noodle salad, tuna pasta salad, avocado dream pasta, plant goddess tortellini. Oh my goodness, sounds so good. Summer elote pasta salad, girl, yum. And chipotle chica salad. Now, if you're going to the beach with a bunch of friends and you want to impress everyone and you want them to be happy, you're going to have vegans, non-vegans there, everybody. What are the two pasta salads you would bring to the party with you?
Yeah, that's a really good question. So if you're going to the beach, I would say summer elote pasta salad. It stores well. It's going to be yummy at room temperature, or like if you keep it in a cooler, it's going to hold up really nicely. And it's really one of those crowd pleasers because who doesn't like pasta and corn, and like it has a creamy chipotle ranch dressing. Or no, this is the elote dressing. No, sorry, I'm looking at chipotle chica has the chipotle ranch. So
that sounds good too.
Summer elote pasta has an elote dressing, which like if you've had like elote corn, it gives those vibes. And it's It's really good. And it's so creamy and you would not know that the dairy was missing. And then, oh my God, okay, the other one to bring with you, I would say the tuna pasta salad.
Oh, great.
That's like American beach day.
Yeah.
You know,
Yeah.
maybe if you were like in Europe, I would bring something else, but like good old American beach day,
Yep.
a tuna pasta salad, because it has that like familiar tuna pasta salad flavor ingredients, the
Yeah.
dressing,
So
but
it's nostalgic in a
a
way.
much healthier version. Yeah, I love using yogurt as
Mm-hmm.
an alternative to using because I use a little bit of vegan mayonnaise in this dressing, but
Sure.
the majority of it is using a plain vegan
To
yogurt.
get that creaminess without all of that
Exactly, but then
fattiness in
using
it.
like pickle brine and spices and Dijon mustard and all of that, it just gives it that like nostalgic pasta salad
Yeah. Nostalgic.
creaminess. So
Yeah.
it is
So good.
it is so good.
I have no doubt. It does sound like a good one to wow the crowd with. We got chopped salads next. When I think of chopped salads, I'm always thinking, I don't know why, but I think of chopped salad for lunch. I think, again, back to a New York story, but I worked at a place called the Eatery for a couple of years as a waiter way back in the day. And there always used to be like, the special choppy salad of the day is blah, blah, blah. So I pair it with lunch for some reason. But what's a great lunch chopped salad from this chapter?
So the barbecue tofu chop salad, it's the first one in the
Oh,
chapter for a reason because it's my personal favorite. I used to love California Pizza Kitchen. If you've ever
sure.
been there,
Yeah.
they had a barbecue chicken chop salad, and it was my go-to order in high school. That was like my favorite thing to get.
Yep.
And I really wanted to veganize it. And so I show you how to make it with tofu, and there's a delicious dairy-free ranch that goes with it. And it's easy. Everything too is like ingredients you can find at any store: cherry tomatoes, black beans, tofu, avocado, corn, red onion, and then the homemade ranch.
I
So
love
good.
it. And there's
Barbecue sauce.
so many options in the chopped salad chapter to keep everyone's day sort of running on high vibes, like the green vibes only salad, chopped salad pita, vegan Cobb salad. We have a vegan Waldorf salad, health nut salad, pizza night salad. Yes, yes, yes. Busy girl, Brussels salad, and the Fiesta chop. This takes us into warm salads, and I love a warm salad so much. Tell me about the rooting for you. Is it root vegetables? I just love the title for it. Rooting for you. I want
It's
my
root
fruit to root for me.
vegetables. Exactly. So I think one of the issues too for people is that they want to eat vegetables during, the winter and the fall, and they want to get all their veggies in, but they don't necessarily want a raw, fresh salad. They want something a little more like warming, grounding, because we're all freezing
Sure.
in the winter. So that's where Rooting for You was born, and it's all root vegetables. So we have carrots, purple potato, roasted sweet potato. Everything's roasted. Everything's roasted on this big sheet pan too, so it makes it super easy.
Minimal cleanup there.
Minimal cleanup, turnips, and then I used farro as the grain. And there's a green, I call it my green goodness dressing, and it's this creamy green dressing that goes so nicely with all of the roasted root vegetables. And it's just a good, like during the fall winter time, this is like a great way to get in those veggies. And
those veggies, and always with the root ones, sometimes I struggle a little bit. I'm like, what do I want to do with these this time? But roasting's a great way, and it's usually pretty hearty too when you put all those in a bowl together.
Even if you don't want to I do this a lot, but even if you don't want to make the farro and make the whole thing, you can just make a big sheet pan of all the root vegetables, make the dressing, and sit there like almost like popcorn and like dip it in the dressing.
Yes. A little snacky almost. That's
A
good.
little snacky.
When we're looking at, so you're getting creative here. We're jumping out of the salad bowl. You've got warm salad veggie muffins in here. Tell me about those.
Yes. Wait, what page are you on?
That is on page 148.
Okay. Oh yeah, you're skipping around. Okay. So warm salad veggie muffins came to me when I really wanted a baked good, but I didn't want something super sweet. And I had a bunch of leftover veggies in the fridge. And I was like, what if I made like a savory muffin, but put all of my salad veggies in there? So I used, what did I have in here? Spinach. I remember I had like a bag of spinach that was about to go bad, a couple carrots that I needed to use up, bell pepper, green onions, some cherry tomatoes. I just chopped everything up and almost made like a bread batter with almond flour, whole wheat flour, and mixed all the veggies into it and came up with this like delicious savory muffins. So you can get your veggies in, but have like a bread muffin at the same time. And then, yeah, a little like balsamic and oil, little vegan butter spread on there. Delish.
So good. What a great way to get vegetables in. And then you also give everyone a cashew grilled cheese sandwich. But listen, everybody, it comes with a tomato salad. So we're getting you a salad on that plate. You got a Cuban cutie in here. We've got a garlicky shrooms and greens, roasted carrot salad, the Zen Bowl, sunrise breakfast salad. So lots of great options in the warm salad section. This takes us into seasonal salads. Is there something you look forward to in seasonal salads? A seasonal salad, like a season that you look forward to, where your favorite salad can be made with the freshest produce?
You know what I love? Summer.
Yes.
It's just so fun. It's a little different now living in Florida because our summers are so hot.
Sure.
But I still love the summer energy, and it's just like light and airy, and like I just love that feeling of like maybe going swimming and then showering and then like having dinner after with your family. There's something like so bittersweet about that feeling and nostalgic of like growing up and being like a little sun-kissed and a little burnt, and like your mom and your dad are like having a cookout or grilling, and
you're feeling a little tired maybe because you were in the sun all day. Yeah.
you're like so happy to be spending the summer night with your family. And so I love this veggie burger salad. It's basically just a deconstructed burger, all the burger fixins and toppings thrown into a salad. And I make this all the time. But this is lettuce, because I love lettuce on a burger, chopped up pickles, tomato, red onion, fries. So I roasted Japanese sweet potatoes and regular potatoes to make my fries. And then you can just use any kind of burger you want. So whether you're vegan or you're not vegan, I used an Abbott's vegan burger in this bowl.
Okay.
And then I made like In-N-Out's like animal style sauce, but a vegan version.
Okay. All right. Well, that's lots of flavors in there. And then the one right after that's the peachy. This almost looks like another variation on a caprese salad. Can you tell us about the peachy?
The peachy is so yum. And I do this more when people come over. So if you want to impress people when they come over, but you're like not the best chef in the summertime, so you grill peaches and then you layer them with tomato and avocado, and you can opt whether to grill your avocado too. I don't love hot avocado, so you do you there.
Sure. Same. I'm with you though.
Yeah. So with the grilled peaches layered with the tomato and avocado, so easy, really only takes a few minutes, and then you can drizzle on like balsamic olive oil, and everyone's like, this is so fancy, and I'm like, I really didn't do a whole lot.
You just put some grill marks on there and everyone's like, ooh. The the warm avocado, I gotta say, like people have been getting into like avocado tacos and stuff where they like fry their, and I'm just not into it. It's not for me.
I don't love a hot avocado.
I support anyone doing whatever they want to do, but please don't serve me a warm avocado. I'm not into it. You're not gonna get a ooh ah from me on that. I'm gonna get a thanks. You know?
I did get avocado fries once that were, the outside was super crispy. And they had kind of cooled off, so I wasn't mad about them, but it almost feels like a mistake.
Yeah, it feels strange to me. I'm all about everyone getting creative, but for some reason it doesn't set well with me. Other great salads in here. We got a Don't Be Crabby salad that's loaded with topped with crab cakes there, a layered Mexican salad, a fall edit salad, delicata squash salad, winter girl salad, Malibu salad, and spring niçoise salad. And then we get into no lettuce salad. So we're moving beyond the leafy greens here. Lots of fun stuff in here. I want to know about the date me salad, and then I also want to know about your favorite. But can you tell me about the date me salad?
Okay, so date me salad is this. So I really debated because I wanted to put the date me salad in the go-to salads as well, just because I make this constantly, just because it's easy, it's delicious, and I'm always in the mood for it. It's a little sweet. You got like pickled onions, dates, cucumbers, creamy avocado, feta, chopped walnuts for crunch, massaged kale, and chickpeas. Like it's got a little bit of everything. If you like a salad with goodies in it, like I feel like if you have like, I like all like the little surprises in a salad, like a little pickled onion, a little sweet date, a little feta, it all just pairs together so nicely. And it has like a red wine vinaigrette. And I actually posted this on Instagram, and this was one of my life-changing salads that went super, super.
Oh, wow.
like really, really viral. And I was like, okay, like most of the 95% of the salads in here are brand new, but a couple of the ones that went like super viral on Instagram, I had to put in the book.
Yeah, of course.
But yeah, this is a leftover friendly, won't get soggy in the fridge salad.
Love
And
that too.
yeah, really, really.
Well,
I ate
what?
this like in my pregnancy. I craved this a lot.
Oh, really? That's always good to know too. What I also love about this is we're flipping through it and looking at it. It's like I love salad. I really do. And often I have so many things in my fridge from recipe testing, other things where I can toss one together, but sometimes I get overwhelmed. And what I love about your book is I can go through and follow a recipe if I want, but it's been photographed and laid out so beautifully that I can also open a page and be like, oh, she used all that in there. And then I can be like, I actually have, like, I have the avocado, the chickpeas, the walnuts, the dates, the cucumber, the kale. I have all that in my fridge right now. I can look right at that picture and just get inspired even. So it's great to like make things exactly as it is in here, but it's also like a nice inspirational book where you just want to like flip it open and be like, oh, great. I actually have these things. I can make that. So that's what a gift you've given us with that. You got a couple potato salads in here as well. They got a dill pickle potato salad, Greek potato salad, cauliflower salad. That one's not a potato one. That's my bad. But why don't you tell me about the cauliflower salad?
Okay. But yeah, the potato salads are amazing. The Greek potato salad is unbelievable. There's like a dairy-free tzatziki. It's sun-dried tomatoes and onions, Kalamata olives. So picture like a Greek salad with tzatziki, but like you put it on roasted potatoes.
Yes.
So good. But yeah, the cauliflower salad, this one also came to me when I needed, this wasn't like a warm weather time. And I was like, I need a salad. I don't want to eat like a romaine lettuce right now. And that's when cauliflower salad was born. And it is, it's like a spiced cauliflower. It did a lot of turmeric for anti-inflammatory benefits. There's dates in here. I love putting dates in a salad. As you can see, there's
absolutely
an underrated combination, and like the spiced cauliflower with the sweetness of the dates, and there's mint in here and red onion. It just lends itself to like a really beautiful flavor profile. And this also, there's this Israeli restaurant that I love to go to, and they have a similar cauliflower to this, and I needed to recreate it at home. So this is also a good side dish for when you're hosting.
Oh, that's good too. That is a great, another great use for this book. Really, you can really pull any of these into any meal that you want to as any
100%.
sort of addition to it. That's great. And also I want to mention at the top of this section in the no lettuce salads, everyone, there is a broccoli Caesar salad that we cannot snooze on. It looks so good. It's got the broccoli, it's got chickpeas, and it's got the hemp seed Caesar dressing that goes with it. So do not snooze on the broccoli Caesar salad. And again, you're letting us know you're indicating some health forward items here. I mean, they all are really, because all of this is nutrient dense. You're giving us the goods here, but like there's one called gut health slaw, which I love. And then you close this chapter out with a busy girl meal prep salad. So how's that helping the busy gal out with meal prep? What's that about?
So a lot of us girlies, well, a lot of my friends, my girlfriends, they skip lunch because they're just too busy, they're working, or maybe it's a mom who's just like running around and has no time. But honestly, just people in general. I think the pattern is a lot of people wake up, have coffee, starve themselves as long as they can go without like fainting, and maybe like throw in a protein bar, like have a quick, like maybe they stop at Starbucks and get a random baked good or wrap, and then they just kind of go as long as they can be held over by that and try not to eat. And then when they're like starving, they're like at home, they're like, what do I do? And they order Uber Eats at the end of the day or Postmates and just get whatever they can get. So the busy girl meal prep, this is a salad that you can make. And I mean, a lot of these salads you can turn into meal prep salads. That's why I wrote leftover friendly, but this is just like a good example of, you can make quinoa, sweet potatoes. What else is in there? Kale. Let me see. I'm not even on the page. I just memorized it. But essentially, like, you can make all of these things. It takes like 30 minutes to make all the elements, but then you can divide it up into containers and essentially make 4 lunches at a time.
Oh yeah.
And
that's perfect. Yeah, you got sweet potatoes, quinoa, you got the tofu in there too for us, and it's seasoned nice and well with black pepper and garlic powder and salt, a little olive oil, and then we got the kale in there, shredded carrots, and then that red wine vinaigrette. I mean, that's perfect. And really, it's one of those things, if we're doing meal prep with it, I guess we can use red wine vinaigrette would be good, but we can put any of these
Any of the
dressings.
dressings and anything. You could bring hot sauce. This can just be anything you want. It's just to just show that if you want to make lunch one time, like at the beginning of the week, I would say they last like 4 days. I think food past then gets like a little bit weird.
Agreed.
I personally prefer my food like as fresh as it can possibly be, but like as a busy mom, like I don't always have that luxury. But this, I mean, between the tofu and the sweet potato and everything, those are foods that do hold up nicely in the fridge over a couple of days. So if you're someone who's super busy and you know that you're going to be skipping lunch or ordering takeout, and you know you need to fuel yourself because it's so important to eat throughout the day for your hormone health, for your heart health, for keeping up your energy and preventing that afternoon crash, it is so important that you constantly fuel yourself throughout the day. So meal prepping will make all the difference.
Yeah, way to go. And this salad will do it. Not to mention all the other ones in here, everybody, that are labeled leftover friendly. So get into it. This takes us to the final chapter. I mean, I'm going to call it the mother chapter because really this is what can make or break any salad, I think. And that is the dressings chapter, everybody. Now, is there one from here that you have found the most I know when, like, listeners, when you make the book deal with the publisher, usually they ask you to create a book and use all new material. Sometimes you're allowed a few from your blog and all of that, which it sounds like you've been allowed to include some popular ones in here, which ultimately we want, right? We want some of the popular life-changing items from Instagram. So when we're looking at the dressings, I feel like there's, I'm curious if there's either one from Instagram before, as you started writing the book and thinking about it, one that was made on Instagram the most, that people loved the most, or if there's one you've seen now, or maybe you have an answer for both of these, that people have made the most since you put the book out.
That's such a good question. So, well, I'm going to start with my favorite that wasn't on Instagram. That's a new one, which is the tomato Parmesan vinaigrette.
Love that already.
I know, because I honestly, I'm like, I've never heard of something like that.
Yeah.
Like, why hasn't that been invented? Or maybe it has and I haven't seen it.
But well, it is now. You did it.
It is now. Tomato Parmesan vinaigrette is life-changing.
Absolutely.
To a blender food processor, you'll add in olive oil, red wine vinegar, tomato, sun-dried tomatoes, shallot, which really adds a nice like sweetness in there, Dijon, maple syrup, garlic, nutritional yeast, oregano, salt, pepper. And let me tell you, when everything in there is combined, it's delicious and can be added to pasta salads. It can be used on chopped salads. I have it on the pizza salad, which is essentially lettuce, but then all pizza toppings on top. So anything that you would put on your pizza, like sauteed mushrooms or olives, and then the tomato Parmesan vinaigrette goes on top. But you can take bread like crostini, or even I'll just bake a pizza crust and cut it into triangles and dip it in the dressing.
Oh yeah. Oh, that sounds so good. And there's such a fun design element in this chapter too, everybody. So you've got the ingredients laid out visually for us, and then also the finished product of the dressing, and it's all on a nice white surface, very clear. So like if you're a visual person, you get to look at this and go, oh, it's got this, that, and that. Bop, bop, bop. I've got those things. You don't even have to read the recipe. Like it's just laid out so user friendly. That looks great.
Yeah, I'm a very visual person. If someone talks to me, like if my husband tells me something, I'm always like, what? Like, I'm like, sorry. I'm like, I almost need like a PowerPoint while someone's speaking to me. I always need subtitles when I watch a show. I don't know. Like, I'm so visual. I need to see what's going on. So this, even for me, is super helpful to see all of the ingredients laid out on a page, labeled, so you know exactly what to grab from the fridge or pantry. And then, I mean, the directions are right there, super easy. The best thing about all the dressings in the book is that they're made in under 5 minutes, honestly, even like 3 minutes. And they're so easy. You can use a blender or just whisk, or I even give a trick and say, just use a mason jar to shake it.
Yeah, shake it up.
Some of them, if they need to be blended, it will be noted, but
of course. Well, and you told us, so your favorite tomato Parmesan vinaigrette. What's a fan favorite then, do you think?
Oh my God, fan favorite? Probably one of the Caesars. Let me see.
That makes sense.
Wait, I know what it's going to be. Hold on, I want to go to it because I don't want to misspeak. It's the Asian, creamy, dreamy peanut dressing.
Oh, that
page 214. That has been on so many of the viral life-changing salads, from the spring roll salad, which went super viral on Instagram, and also it's on my adzuki bean salad.
Okay.
This isn't a salad, but I had spring rolls on Instagram that went so viral. They've been posted so many times, and this is the dressing that was the dipping sauce for them. But it's so great for any Asian salad that you're making.
Yeah.
Like, you don't even have to be making one of the salads in the book, but you can make this peanut dressing. And even if you make like store-bought dumplings, or I don't know, makes any kind of Asian noodle salad, you can use this, and it's easy, takes 2 minutes.
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, listen, everyone, Danielle has you covered in the dress. Like, even, I mean, again, you can use these dressings as indicated in the book on any recipe, but you have given people such a comprehensive list of dressings. Here we go. We've got 30-second red wine vinaigrette. These are aside from the couple we've mentioned already: raspberry vinaigrette, sesame vinaigrette, Taylor's lemon rosemary vinaigrette, which literally just sounds so good. Lemon rosemary, come on. Gut healthy vinaigrette with another health indicator there, Mediterranean mama dressing, anti-inflammatory beet dressing, dairy-free tzatziki. I also feel like, Danielle, these are extremely creative in terms of dressing, like the anti-inflammatory beet dressing. I've never seen a beet dressing, so I'm already like curious to try it, you know. Hemp seed Caesar dressing, love a good Caesar, perfect poppy seed dressing, Italian girl dressing, fiesta dressing, cha-cha chimichurri, balsamic baby, avocado cilantro lime dressing, carrot ginger dressing. We talked about that. Walnutty pesto dressing. I love a pesto anything, so I'm here for it. Got that elote dressing we talked about. Valley Girl ranch dressing, chipotle ranch, honeyless mustard. We're always looking for that honeyless mustard. What's the secret there to your honeyless mustard dressing there?
I just use maple syrup, and it's the easiest swap, but I'm such a honey mustard gal, and I love making tofu chicken tenders, like breading, like you can bread tofu just like you would chicken, air fry it, and then dip it in this honeyless mustard. It's so good.
Oh, so smart. And we've got, to close it out, Golden Goddess sunshine dressing, green goodness dressing, and balsamic tahini dressing. And that, my friends, is life-changing salads, 100 plant-based salads and dressings beyond your wildest greens. Now we're going to close this out. I'm going to ask you, what is your book brag? Something you're most proud of when it comes to your book, Life-Changing Salads.
So I think the thing I'm most proud of is that we did all of the photography ourselves, and meaning myself and my husband. He created an entire food photography studio in our home office and basically transformed it. For my first book, Healthy Girl Kitchen, and for my second book, Life Changing Salads, he gave up his entire home office that he uses to make it into a food photography studio for me. And he's very talented with photography, but I'm, the food styling and everything's more my thing. So we worked really as a team and did all the photography ourselves, which was no easy feat.
No, it's a lot.
I'm a perfectionist and like very controlling. So I'm like, no one can take the pictures. I need to make sure that I make everything the way it needs to be. And like you said before, how everything's very like, everything's laid out in a very easy way to understand. And the salads, like I styled them in a way where people could understand how it's supposed to look in the end and what exactly they need. And from so many years of creating Instagram videos and TikTok videos, where my sole mission and job is to like, okay, how can I make this video the most marketable, attractive? Like I need people to stop scrolling and watch my video. So I needed that to translate in the photography in my book as well.
Absolutely. So. And it does. I also love about it, what you're saying is, you are showing us what it should look like in the end, but I feel the photography is very transparent in that when I look at it, I see what I need for it. Like I see the ingredients. I don't have to I'll read the recipe obviously, but I can look at it and go, ooh, it's got this, it's got that. That's a wonderful thing to be proud of. The photography in here is outstanding. So kudos to you and your husband, and congratulations on all of it. It really is a gorgeous book.
Thank you. Yeah. And there's a picture on every page. Again, I'm visual. I would never make a recipe that didn't have a picture with it. When you have a cookbook and they're like 3 pages will have a picture, then the next 2 don't. Like, why?
It's so funny. So listeners, if you're curious about that, my first book is like that. And it's because I had like zero control over it. Right. And that is the biggest thing. And it's like every 4 pages or so, there's a picture, and then there's not. And all the feedback, anything that's negative, was like, why isn't there a picture with every recipe? And it's a conversation and a negotiation you have to make with the publisher when you're doing it. It's like part of it. And, I was early on, and they came to me, and I didn't really know what I was doing at the time. And afterwards, I've always been like picture. Well, that's great. I'm glad we have it. We've got the visual. We're gonna move into your rapid fire round of questions. You ready?
I'm ready.
All right, here we go. Favorite spice to cook with?
Garlic.
Favorite outdoor activity?
Walking or pickleball?
Oh, nice. I played pickleball for the first time a couple years ago. I really loved it. But I get so aggressive. I'm afraid I'm going to hurt myself. Like I'm going to go, like my momentum's going to like take over, and I'm going to fly out like over myself essentially. So I get nervous about it. I feel like you're pretty good at it.
Honestly, like I don't get to play as much as I like to now that I have a toddler, but when I get the chance to do it, it's the best. It's the most fun exercise ever.
Once he grows up, you'll teach him pickleball, you'll play together. It'll be lovely. It'll be great. If you could pick up a certain skill instantly, what would it be?
Oh my God. I would love to have the voice of like Whitney Houston.
Yes.
Yeah.
Oh, I want that.
Meant to be a pop star. But I just like I can carry a tune, but like I couldn't try out for American Idol. Do you know what I mean?
I hear you. I once
want to be able to like Ariana Grande. Like I just want to be like, I just want to like go for it.
I feel you. I always think that I can, but I can't. It's just me being real loud in my shower or anywhere around the house. My poor husband. What is your must-have tool in the kitchen?
Oh my God, a really, really good knife.
Yes. Favorite bean?
Ooh, chickpea.
Favorite way to cook corn?
Grilled.
Favorite way to prepare a potato?
Mashed.
And I want mashed potatoes now. Hot sauce or barbecue sauce?
Hot sauce.
Pancakes or waffles?
Like neither.
Okay.
Like I like them both, but like I want a bagel.
Oh, there you go. Okay, nice. Yeah. Favorite pasta shape?
I love like a radiatore.
I don't even know what that is. I'm gonna have to look.
Is that how you pronounce it? I feel like I'm saying
no.
Radiatore. Radiatore.
Okay, I'm gonna look it up. I'm gonna look it up.
It's so
I bet then I'll be familiar once I see it. Music on in the background when you're working, or quiet, or noise in the background? Doesn't have to be music. What do you prefer?
I want music. I want a TV show in the background. I want a candle lit. And a really clean. I need it to be like spotless clean.
Yep. I feel you. What dish did you make last?
The recipe I made last. This morning I made an overnight oats bowl. Does that count?
Yeah, of course. What kind of overnight oats was it? I'm curious. Was it just
I had chocolate overnight oats with peanut butter, hemp seeds, cacao nibs, blueberries, strawberries.
Yes.
So good. My favorite breakfast.
Oh, so good. Well, was that your last one? No, I've got one more. A place you want to visit that you haven't been to yet?
Italy.
Ah, lovely. Where do you want to go all over, or is there like a specific place in Italy you want to go?
You know what? I need to find where the most vegan friendly places are, and then I'll just go there. But I want like all the carbs and all the fresh food.
Yeah, for sure. Well, that's great. Danielle, please tell everyone where they can find you on social media and the internet, please.
So I'm Healthy Girl Kitchen everywhere on the internet, Facebook, Instagram, TikTok. My blog is healthygirlkitchen.com. If you go on Amazon or Barnes & Noble or any book website and you type in Life-Changing Salads, you'll find my book. If you go to lifechangingsalads.com, you'll also find every outlet to buy my book. And it's also a Genius link. So let's say you're in the UK and you go to lifechangingsalads.com, it'll generate links to where you can get the book near you.
Nice. Oh, that's great. That's great. How efficient. Well, and of course, everyone go get a copy of Danielle's first book, Healthy Girl Kitchen, and also a copy of her newest edition, the fabulous and stunning Life-Changing Salads, 100 plant-based salads and dressings beyond your wildest greens, everywhere books are sold. Danielle, I appreciate you taking the time to chat today. Thank you so much for joining me.
Thank you for having me. I had so much fun.
This has been a Muzzy Cat production.